Jared.
Good to see you, man.
It's good. How are you?
Doing well, man.
Great.
Welcome back to Pingree, Detroit, man.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here again.
Thrilled to connect with you, reconnect, tell the story for folks who haven't heard of it before, and just
Absolutely.
reconnect.
It's a great story. For the folks that don't know much about Pingree, can you share a little bit about your history?
Of course, yes. Going all the way back, who we are as Pingree, Detroit. We're a 15-person team of veterans and Detroiters who are taking this beautiful leather you're seeing around us.
I love it.
That otherwise, in the production process, like there's leftover remnants in making seats and steering wheels, and that leather was just getting thrown away. Instead of that going to landfill, we buy that at a price we couldn't otherwise afford. And then we create wraparound services. We're connecting, we're supporting folks, training folks, teaching them how to make everything from shoes to bags to wallets, veterans and Detroiters. So we're trying to create a context for restoration from the things we make to the people we serve.
With NuNorm, there was kind of a spark. There was a moment that we're like, okay, there's a need. We feel like the time is right, and call it, if you will, the light bulb moment. Mm-hmm. What was kind of like your light bulb moment for Pingree?
Good question. So for us, we didn't actually start with a business in mind. Mm-hmm. We actually started with impact. So the fall of 2014, living in a neighborhood on the east side of Detroit, in the same week back to back, I was meeting folks who were looking for work. One was squatting in the house in my neighborhood who were just trying to find opportunity. And I remember saying out loud to a friend, like, someone should do something about this.
Right.
And when I said that out loud, it's like, well, who's that somebody? And so it started with just a question, what could I personally do to support these Detroiters, these veterans, folks who are looking to, and, actually have an opportunity. So we started with a conversation where I actually hired one of those two folks I met who was living in my neighborhood to actually do a listening campaign where we sat down with shelters, nonprofits, block clubs, veterans groups, just ask the question, what do you need? What are the gaps? How can we be of service? And the answer to that question was folks wanted meaningful work. They want to work with their hands, be part of the mission-driven environment again, and to create impact. Again, I thought I was going to do a fundraiser. I thought that was the answer, but the answer was, I'm going to create something. It's the Motor City. What if we create something here? And so we landed on manufacturing because we really saw an opportunity to create that handmade vibe. So everything in here, we like to say it smells like a new car because it nearly was. So
that was the first thing when I walked in here, man. That smells like I love that.
Yeah. So we do a lot of little here. So you're seeing stuff in process and flow. All of our hardware, like all the hardware on your bags, all American made, from the zippers to the rivets. We really want to celebrate American made craftsmanship. From every small detail, from the hand stitching to the rivets to the fact that we also stand behind our goods for life.
Can I even just mention how rare that is? There are very few products that I know that you talk about the smallest part of that product is still American made. Like you said, the zipper, the rivets, obviously the labor. Man, I love that story.
We're inspired, right?
Absolutely.
We see that impact can happen at this local level. And so we see an opportunity for everyone we collaborate with to tell that new story of saying, what if we did maximize well-being for the workers, for our communities, for surrounding neighborhoods, and everyone that we work with? How can we really measure that? And so everything from, we have a well-being bell we call the Gong of Greatness, and this is our well-being manager outfit that whoever's well-being manager today, which is me today, so I should have this on my desk. We ring this bell that signifies every 90 minutes to take a wellness breath, to be present with the wins of the day so far, to really celebrate how we're creating impact as individuals and as a collective. And so everything from this to over here, we got preps in flow. We're prepping some products, getting ready for market for this weekend. And the leather we get, it again, from the production, brand new cars, there's post-production, but also when the car companies are figuring out the color, the texture, the warmth of leather, there are small pieces there. So like your bags are so unique because almost every single one of them is a one of one.
Exactly.
Because there's only enough to make a few. So the shades are all different. The texture might be a little different. So folks are getting something no one else has in the world.
Oh, and it's made from hand. Every part of that, every stitch, every rivet, it's just done by hand. And just, again, you don't find that anymore. And the craftsmanship is amazing. We love it. Thank you.
Of course, man. It's an honor.